Hello and welcome to a GBA Season 7 Meet the Coach interview. I am KantoCastBlue, and today I am joined by someone you guys are pretty familiar with at this point, I think. He filled in temporarily last season when the coach had to step down. He came in, he gave it one heck of a run, and I am talking about Monotooii, the coach of your Tampa Bay Luxrays. Monotooii, welcome to your Meet the Coach interview. Happy to have you here.
Hello, Blue. Thank you for that introduction. What's going on, guys? My name's Monotooii. It's great to be here once again in the GBA.
So, you filled in last season with, I don't think you got to draft your team because I think that had happened at that point, right?
I did not. He ended up he ended up dropping after week 1, after a 5-0 loss, so I had to start with -5, then I had to start with a team that I was not very familiar with, but it went well. I think it went well. It was a lot of fun, regardless.
Yeah, you had a decent run. But now you're back, and you get to actually pick a team that you are, I assume, a little more familiar with, that you're slightly more comfortable with playing. How are you feeling going into this season after getting your toe dipped in the water last season?
I am really looking forward to this season, especially for me personally. I know drafting is the most fun part of pretty much any league. Like, if I could just draft and never have to play, that would be awesome, but unfortunately it doesn't necessarily work like that. However, I'm feeling a lot more confident now that I'm able to draft a team that fits my own play style, as well as mons that I'm more comfortable with.
Alright, very good. Well, let's get into these questions, because I'm sure the people want to know what they want to know. So let's tell them what they want to know. Alright, so what was your first Pokemon experience?
My very first Pokemon experience was in 2nd grade with Pokemon Silver, so Generation 2. And then I remember I got up to the Ice Cave, and then I just couldn't figure out the Ice Cave, so I just stopped playing for like 2 or 3 years, because I didn't know to look up YouTube tutorials or anything like that. And then, like 2 or 3 years later, we were driving my brother off to go off to college, and I decided to bring my DS with me and start playing it again. And after like an hour, I finally figured it out, and then I finished the game like 2 years later.
Well, I mean, at least you didn't give up. You just took a very long sabbatical, we'll say. that ice cave was challenging, though. I remember that. Of all the puzzles, I think, in the Pokemon games, like dungeons and stuff, when you throw in ice tiles on the floor that slide you every which way, that it's just not fair. It's like you're not playing with a full deck.
It was very confusing, especially for like 7 or 8-year-old me, who was very stupid. Not that much has changed from today, but
adult versions of ourselves now can look back and say, well, look how far we've come. But hey, okay, so Ice Cave gave you a little bit of a hassle, no big deal. What was your first Pokemon experience that brought you into the realm of competitive battling?
First competitive experience would probably be actually only about 2 years ago, when I found out my brother had a YouTube channel, and I watched a couple battles that he had, and I thought that was really cool. So I ended up building my own team, which is absolutely terrible. It had like Moonblast Sylveon, it had King's Rock Tyranitar for absolutely no reason. But I ended up playing him. It was a lot of fun. He uploaded it on his channel. I thought that was really cool, and I just wanted to continue from there.
Okay, so that kind of ties in with our next question here. Tell us a little bit about yourself as not only a competitive player, but also as a content creator.
So, if you guys watch my channel, it's almost entirely competitive Pokemon. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's entirely competitive Pokemon, aside from a couple fun little lives that I did with a couple friends. Primarily draft format. I know that my viewers like to watch draft format, and personally for me, playing draft format is a lot more fun than playing standard, although I do have a couple laddering sessions as well. Primarily draft format is what I like to stick to, because it's just the most fun for me to record. It's the most fun for me to play, and it seems what my viewers like to watch the most, so it works out nicely for both parties.
Okay, do you have if you had to play standard, is there a tier that you would prefer?
Well, right now, the tiers are still a little bit messy, but I've always loved the lower tiers. I still love OU, and I still play OU a lot, but I would probably say that RU is actually my favorite tier overall.
Good man. That's the right answer. There's no wrong answer, but that's the right answer. RU. Do you feel like you have a certain strategy when it comes to playing. Like, I know there's a lot of tech strategies that include things like just outright sweeping, setup and sweep. There's stalling, which I'm sure we all have unfortunate occurrences with every now and then that kind of make us want to pull our hair out. Would you say that there is one battling style that fits you best?
My favorite battling style would definitely be bulky offense paired with hazard stack. I generally don't like to bring hazard removal because I like just setting up hazards on my opponent's side of the field. Generally have a spin blocker, and if my opponent's going to defog, they're also getting rid of the hazards on my side of the field, which I kind of like. And then on my team, I like to have just like one fast thing that we'll be able to clean up at the end of the game. So like a mega low punny plus a bunch of fat offensive things would be really nice. I also like when I'm building. I like a lot of times when I'm building like 3 or 4 even setup mons, but none of them have to set up in order to win. They're just there in case I see the opportunity to set up.
I mean, that definitely adds some pressure for your opponent. I think we've all been in a situation where when you're in this kind of format and you see just a couple little threats that at glance maybe not a huge issue, but after maybe a Dragon Dance there's going to be a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like things like Terrakion and Thundurus, things that don't necessarily need to set up, but if they do set up, they're that much more threatening.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, listen. It's been great. We got a good couple minutes in getting to know you. Happy to have you back again this season for Season 7. But now we're going to move into what is called the Lightning Round Questions. It's a series of questions that test your mental dauntingness, if that's even a phrase. I'm going to make the phrase right now. We just did. And you have 2 options. You pick one of them, and we move right on down the line. It lets us break down the outer shell that is Monotooii and let us know who he is as a person. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Fantastic. Question 1. Sun and Moon or X and Y?
Ooh, that's tough. X and Y, just because it's what I started with competitive.
Attack or special attack?
Attack. Too many Assault Vests.
Defense or Spidef?
Spidef. Assault Vests.
Speed or Trick Room?
Speed. Trick Room's unreliable.
Showdown or Cartridge?
Showdown. Much quicker.
Gyms or Trials?
Gyms. I like Trials, but Gyms.
Sweep or Stall?
Sweep. I'm a busy man. I like getting things done quickly.
That's fair. No one will hold that against you. Thunderwave, Toxic, or Will-O-Wisp?
Toxic. I run Toxic on like 4 things every game.
Electric, Misty, Psychic, or Grassy Terrain?
Grassy.
And finally, my favorite question of the list, GG or Rage Quit?
GG. Regardless of if I lose or not. GG.
I don't know that anyone's actually ever picked Rage Quit. Now I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for that coach to pick a Rage Quit, but not today.
I mean,
that's all right.
I've seen if you do it right, Rage Quits can be really funny to watch.
Oh man, Mono, thank you so much for coming on and talking to the people who want to know the things that you say. For all of Monotooi's information, you guys can check the link down below. Feel free to go give him a follow if you're not already. If you're not, I don't know what you're doing. But go do it, check him out, and root him on for Season 7 of the GBA. We're starting up very, very soon, so go give him a follow and see what he's bringing to this season.
Yep, I'm super excited. Thank you very much for having me, Blue. Thank you to the fans for watching. Thank you also to the coaches for letting me back in. I absolutely love it here, and I'm really looking forward to the new season. A fresh start, and yeah, I'm just super excited. So, thank you.